Right. So I've been into IT ever since 13 years, predominantly into mainframes. I've done a bit of work in informatica as well,
Mhm.
into various domains as in healthcare, telecom, banking, and retail as well. So it's
Okay.
good someone is really interested to learn mainframe in this era, man.
Yeah, that's
What
the
made you to
reason.
go for main?
Yes, yes. Actually, so what happened is that previously I used to work in Oracle DBS sections actually. So
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, so there is no Oracle market here in USA right now. So uh, maybe by by chances or something else, I've just shifted to mainframe. Uh, so that's the
Mm-hmm.
reason. So I used to learn mainframes, and I mean, it's now necessary for me to learn mainframes to survive, and also that's the reason.
So how long
And
you have been
most
into
more,
Oracle DBA?
I have worked for 3 years in Oracle DBA.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have any knowledge on mainframes, or
No,
let me
actually,
know
I'm
what.
no. Actually, I'm completely new to mainframes. That's totally a different stream from my end, actually.
No, no, I understand that. What I was trying to
Yeah.
ask you is, have you heard of mainframes or anything? What the opinion you have is what I'm trying to know. It's not about
Yeah, I mean,
the technical
I
skill
heard,
set.
yeah, I heard about mainframes. So there will be some JCLs and COBOL languages upon mainframes and all. So I have bit idea about that. That's it. So not much deeper into it actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So, look, man, like any other technology, right? Even mainframes has development, support, okay, and
Mhm.
the storage system where back end things happen on like they look after the servers and machines and all that stuff. Now, to
Mhm.
my profile, what I've been working is I'm completely into the development area, and
Okay.
I have been like associated with major clients like AT&T, British Telecom, Wellpoint. I hope you know about Wellpoint and BCB as the healthcare provider in the US, right?
Oh yes.
They are the health insurance providers, right?
Okay.
So
So
I've
right
been
now
working.
actually I'm working with Vanguard. So that is also a bit insurance type company. I mean the investment based company actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
so that is
So
totally upon based upon the mainframes, Meteor, Java type
okay.
of yeah.
So are you from IT background or a non-IT background? In a sense,
I
like your BTech stream or the MCS stream?
yeah, my bachelor's went with ECE,
Okay.
Electronics and Communication Engineering, and
Right.
coming to my masters, I have done my masters in computers background itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these information is really does really matter to me the way you think, because I really want you for me to understand that how well you are, even to get the
Mm-hmm.
basics and the nuances of mainframes,
Mm-hmm.
and to explain about the syntactical world of mainframes, and as well
Mm-hmm.
the language and the overall complete world of mainframes.
Okay.
Like mainframes has been to explain, right? We'll talk more realistic, more not like a bookish kind of learning and teaching, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I myself hate explaining things in like a bookish kind of way of teaching where it doesn't really create any impact on the student. So I'll just give you
Yeah,
a
that's true.
5 minute gist on mainframes, then we will move to the subject area of mainframes in sequence.
Okay.
So, so mainframes, right? To honestly speak, that's the first computer on the planet, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the huge machines which were in the older days and had a card punching system where the data used to be punched on the cards in the form of holes, and the data was
Okay.
read like from those cards. Those were called the magnetic cards or the punch cards. That
Mm-hmm.
was where the mainframe was in the earlier days.
Okay.
Now, then came in your computers, like you had a monitor, you have a keyboard, then they started building like the huge room space where the servers used to occupy, narrowed down or came down to a little very mobile on very compact kind of servers now, which you see in many of the areas.
Mhm.
Because of its high bulk data capability, processing speed, and because of its security, mainframe still stands as strong. Now, why people started moving away from mainframe is because of its cost. IBM is incurring on the on the when on these clients who use mainframe, and because of its maintainability, because of its not huge development or not huge growth that's happening on the mainframe side,
Yeah.
and the user friendly nature, which is it's not great if you talk about user friendly on the mainframe.
Yeah,
But having said,
the software is bit complicated to understand, I guess. So
no,
when I
trust me, is actually easy. I'm not telling because of my experience. Trust me, I'm not telling because of my experience.
okay,
If we get to learn things and if I get to teach you, it's everything is like English like language. That's why COBOL is called English like language.
okay,
So there might be many rumors or there might be many ways of misinterpreting mainframes, but that's not the way it is. The
hmm,
only difference you see is Oracle or even for any other open systems, you get to see a user-friendly GUI
yeah,
screen, which actually helps the user to interface and even interact and communicate in a very friendly manner, and
friendly manner. Yes, yes, that's
that's
true.
where that's where this flavor of mainframe doesn't have good catchy or even gripping stones into the mind of IT people, because you're more prone to colorful way of seeing things. You're more prone to easy way of doing things. That's
Yeah,
not the way mainframe has been ever since. But however,
yeah,
even now, most of your banking and the insurance clients still stick to mainframe. The best
mainframes.
example
Yeah,
is Citibank.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Citibank, Standard Chartered, these are 100 plus years old bank. They have been running on mainframes and they will be running on mainframes.
yes, yes, that's true. Yeah, I mean, even here there are a lot of companies that goes under mainframes actually. So you said like banking sector. So yeah, I mean, for example, like that still continues the work in the mainframe sector as well. And our company is, I mean, almost 70 years old, 70, 80 years old company. So this still runs on mainframes itself. So they are not shifting it all. I mean, they're just started migrating some of the applications to cloud, from mainframes to cloud,
Mhm.
and most of the
Right,
applications are they still mainframes itself. So it's a
right.
mainframes plays a huge impact that I understood when I just joined this company, and keeps on looking into mainframes from past 3 months. So I've just understood that. So
You know what? For just try to understand the simple point over here, man. To migrate anything, trust me, not even mainframes, to migrate anything, you should have the entire business knowledge of the source system to even transfer into a target system. Migration
yeah,
is never easy.
yes,
For you to migrate, it takes tons of knowledge and tons of expertise or subject matter expert to build your system onto the target, which is equivalently performance better, and even the speed and even what mainframe does today should be even happening on the same way when you equivalently build a target system. And it's not a joke. Trust me,
yes,
for even any system, right? You take C language or even any language or any IT word, any IT area, you try to build it to an optimistic target, you should understand what is happening in your source. And it's
yeah,
these systems have been built over 60, 70 years. People have retired, people have resigned their jobs, people are no more living on the planet. So for
yeah,
very obvious reasons, you might not have people who really hold the subject matter expert to tell you or even design the target system wherein mainframe migration can happen. So that's
yes,
point number one.
yes,
The huge rumors that are spreading around is like mainframe is going away, mainframe is migration. That's a very stupid joke. Trust me, why? Because as I said, right, today if I am able to swipe my card into ATM and just draw my money and I get the transaction message at a very quick moment on my mobile is nothing because of my mainframe. The data processing capability and the speed and the business that has been held back at your banking side is been coded in your COBOL or even PL1 language, which you might not able to really interpret the same into the modernized way of doing things, or in a new way where you want to even migrate the mainframe system. So that's one area of discussion, man. So good that you want to learn, but let's go in a sequence that what I'm going to teach you, or let me give you a gist. What are the topics that will be encompassing when you're learning mainframes?
Okay.
One, like you have something called JCL, you have something called the application program, you have something called the database.
Okay.
If I split my mainframe into three areas, like the JCL being the job, where job is nothing but a unit of work. An application program is nothing but which actually does your business functionality or even processes what's been coded as part of your logic. That's your application program. When I say application program, an application program can be a COBOL, a PL1, or even C that can be interfaced with your mainframe.
Okay.
However, we would be narrowing down our complete learning process into COBOL, because COBOL is a predominant application program when you get onto the mainframes. Now let's switch on to DB2. DB2 is a database that's a product of IBM. It just looks like the Oracle way of querying a table, and it is one of the highly preferred database when it comes to mainframe. Now, even I can tag my mainframe to Oracle database as well through OD basic connections and do some connectivity wherein I can establish a network connection to the Oracle and still retrieve the data that's been stored in the database. However, DB2 is the major and worldwide use database that's on the mainframe world. Now, these are the three areas where a mainframe can be narrowed down or seen on top of a bird's eye view, like JCL, COBOL, and DB2. So JCL stands for Job Control Language, COBOL stands for Common Business Oriented Language, DB2 is Database 2, product of the IBM. Now, if we cover these areas to an extent that you can call yourself an application developer or mainframe programmer to a basic level where you have some analytical skills, it will make our job very easy. Okay. So it's the analytical skills in the IT are very much common, man. The only thing is you have to understand the syntactical world of any programming language, provided you have an analytical skills of coding it in that language. Don't get afraid. I'm not being very complex. Let's be very interactive. Let's see that it's not like a teacher and student kind of it. Like let's be like both of them being learner mode, where even I can learn something from you, or your doubts might even make me to push beyond and even get something for me as a new learning for me. So these are the three areas, and beyond these three areas, you have something called tools, where one is the version control tool. That's the Chainman or Endeavor. When you say version control tool, you have your changes done in your test environment and you move into prod. So this tool keeps a track of all your changes. Okay, I'll explain in detail more. Just these are one-liners for us to get introduced to the world of mainframe. And next you have some other tools where actually those is our job on day-to-day basis. Those are called the DF sort, the IV General, and ICE tool, sync sort. These I'll explain in detail. Don't you worry on that. I'm just slicing out my topics that would be for you to learn in the days to come. Okay.
Yep.
So you have JCL, COBOL, and DB2 being one section. You have tools being in another section,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
So having said that, you would be starting from what you call the JCL.
Mm-hmm.
Then we will proceed to a JCL plus COBOL. Then we'll
Okay.
proceed to JCL, COBOL plus DB2.
DB2. Okay.
Then I'll teach you what are the tools. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
on that sense, you should be able to call yourself as a minimum to minimum of mainframe programming. Because learning
Okay.
is a continuous process. As and when you swim into mainframe, you will get to learn new things. You will get to experience more what it has been taught, not taught in your training, because not everything you will learn in training that's universal.
Yeah.
Because the real-time work that gives you a task should be able to make you understand that, okay, this is what my basics of mainframe are, and these are the basics which I should apply on the task to get accomplished, right?
Okay. Yep.
So we will proceed in this way. So you can stop me when I'm trying to speak you can stop me in between, and you can clarify your doubts. Stop me if I'm too speed, if I'm too low,
Yeah, sure,
and let's
definitely.
have an interactive session of learning and teaching things. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, sure.
Yeah. So this is all about mainframe, and what else you want to know more?
Mm, that's
Look,
all
one
from
thing,
my end
man.
because yep.
If at all you want to shift yourself in the same company into mainframe,
Mm-hmm.
bring out those areas on what they are working. Okay, I want to see
Yeah.
those areas.
Okay.
So that would be easy for you to shift in or even push yourself onto the mainframe.
Okay. Because I mean, in our company, so we used to work in our specified tools, I guess. So because I don't know whether you have um, uh, whether you have know these kind of tools apart. So VSAM, Vista, and all. VSAM kind and Vista.
VSAM is a kind of file. Okay, VSAM stands for
Okay.
Virtual Storage Access Method.
Access to.
There are
Okay.
there are four kinds of files. So the file categorization comes specially into VSAM because the nature of a file differs from a regular flat file. So
Okay.
these are files. These are not called tools. VSAM is not a tool. It's a file.
Okay.
The kind of file.
Mhm.
So you have ESDS, entry sequence dataset, KSDS, key sequence dataset, RRDS, relative record dataset, I suppose. Then you have the LDS, that's called the linear dataset. But
Okay.
trust me, I'm not even Googling. I'm just speaking on my mind, what it's on my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even, I'm not opened anything. So that's the kind of file system. It's not a tool. And for you, just do one thing. Make a list of uh, the the areas what your company is into mainframe, like
Mm-hmm.
what they use, what the tools are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make a list of it, and if you learn the basics, we can imbibe those areas so that it actually makes you to be a complete programmer as such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. If you can ask me any queries if you have. I'm open for that.
Right now, I think I don't have any queries so far.
Mm-hmm.
Further going on, maybe I will have more doubts.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So one question to you: have you shifted into mainframes, or you are about to shift into mainframes?
No, no. Actually, I have already shifted into mainframes.
Perfect. Okay. That means you have the ID. You have your user ID, right? You have the user
Yeah, I
ID
mean,
and the password as
yeah,
well.
I have my user ID, password, and everything. But
Okay.
one thing is that we are having only desktop access, so we don't have any laptop or VPN to show you up actually. So that's a
Right.
drawback for our company.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are the tasks you get on mainframe? Are you developing or are you what kind of
Yeah,
activities you
I
do?
am a developer actually. So my role is that. My role is a host developer.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now we are working on enterprise enablement advice project actually. So what is that? Some funds will be, I mean, investing in our company, in our Vanguard company. So right now we are dealing with exchanges, fees, and
Okay.
advisors. So most probably the exchanges part will be handling by mid-tier and Java people. So and coming to the fee part, the host will take care of it actually. So
So you mean to say there is a feed that goes from mainframe to Oracle? Is that so?
mainframe to Java. So what the
Right.
main thing is that, so there are the store procedures, the existing store procedures in the fee sector right now. So we need
Right.
to grab those existing store procedures, and we need to apply some T381 transactions. So that T381 that our business has given us. So this is the existing one. So we need to pull out the store procedures that are present in the T381 transactions, and uh, we need to work on those, and we need to give those store procedures to Java people, and they will pull out the pull out the information through that store procedures and also that kind of thing we are dealing with right now. So if there is no existing store procedure, so then we have to develop our own store procedures in such a manner that uh, these store procedures are useful to grab information for Java guys to put some what you call plan ID, point ID, those kind of things into this fee and develop a structure. This is an NGA application, non-gen
Okay.
application. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
something we are working on
So
actually.
you mean to say, are you dealing with stored procedures then?
Yeah, we are dealing with the store procedures and also T381 transactions. So
Okay.
that
Is it
I
online or
guess,
batch?
yeah, this is online, I guess.
Okay.
The scope and all, we did not get any clarity from the business side till now. So once once we get clarity, so then we can able to deliver it to you more clearly. So once I get some clarity upon from them,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I
But
think so. You'll
meanwhile,
be dealing with.
sorry.
So you'll be dealing with JCL COBOL as well when you're doing this
Yeah.
kind of
Yes.
activity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we'll be dealing with JCL COBOLs as well, and VSAM also, and mostly will be handling in a SAT region, I guess. These functionalities and all.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right. Okay. Uh-huh. So because I want to really understand what you're working. So for
yeah.
instance,
Yeah.
if I explain things and which are not part of your work, that
Mhm.
might really not benefit you, right?
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
however, what I mean to say is you should still learn JCL COBOL. That's very
JCL,
important.
yeah, COBOL is very important in the mainframe. So, I mean, if not in this project, maybe in the future project or else in the
Absolutely.
other project, that might be useful for me in other scenarios as well, right? So that the JCL and COBOL, so that's the main part actually for the mainframe. So that even or not, that I have to learn it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So so I just want to focus on I mean DB2, JCL and COBOL. So then after the tools. So because coming to the tools, because here in Vanguard, these guys use their own internal tools actually. So these I did not find these tools in any other companies, because
Yeah.
some of my friends are working in American Express. So they are also under the same mainframe stream, but their tools are quite differ from ours. So
Yeah, it's not that someone should really have what your work has,
yeah,
and that eventually might
it
differ from
differs actually. Yeah.
what your project is involved into, or even your project is dealing with.
Yes, yes, that's true.
So that should not be a big deal though. And in fact,
But if I got the main content or an overview of that, so I can able to manage it over also.
I know, I know. Let me
That's an
just
important.
find out those tools, man. Let's see if we can explore them as well. Okay.
Okay,
Let's
yeah,
get the
yeah.
list of the
Meanwhile,
tools.
I'll also list some of the tools which we are using in our
Yeah,
company. So I can just we can just discuss it on for the next class. So those tools, so I can
yeah,
just
yeah. That's what I wanted to know. Like what tools you are using. It would have been good you had a
yeah,
laptop mainframe with a laptop, man. Things would have been very
yeah,
easy, and
yeah.
I could have explained you like anything.
Yes, I got it. But that's a drawback for our company. So they have given us only the desktops that we used to work in the office itself. That's it. So
So
they
you
didn't
don't have
even
work from
give
home
us any
option?
VPN. Sorry? Oh no, we don't have any work from home.
Where is
We
the
don't
company
have any
based in the
VPN.
US?
Sorry?
Where is the company based in the US?
Pennsylvania. We are in Pennsylvania. But I mean, there are a lot of
Okay.
branches in US, I guess. There
No,
is
no,
one
you're
in
right.
Carolina, one in Pennsylvania. I work in Pennsylvania.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
Because it's
what
an
will
investment company, right? So,
no,
uh,
there's the data security all the time that happens.
yeah,
So
yes, yes, that's
again
true.
depends, man. Sometimes even Bank of America gives a work from home. So it actually depends to what critical application you are tied up with. Because some
Yes.
managers they have laptops, right? Managers and the
Yeah,
level above
yes,
they
yes.
have laptops.
No,
Even they can leak the
we
data, right?
also, some of the teams have VPN access and all, but some teams they don't have any VPN access, but they have to work with the desktop itself. That's it,
Right.
because you said based upon the application that we are working, maybe that's the reason. We have asked the managers as well, but they said we are not working with work from home, so that's an main application or something. So they have raised their own concerns
Right.
not for
Right.
giving VPN. So,
Right. So
but
step
not
number
it's
one.
not. Yep.
Right. What I'm let's do this thing. Make a list of the tools what your company is working for is step number one.
Yeah.
Step number
Mhm.
two, what kind of development you are doing? Is it like you're writing from scratch or you're writing enhancing the existing one? Is what I want to know.
Mhm.
Because if you're writing from scratch or even you're enhancing, you should even know the basics of COBOL that actually hardly matters though. I mean, we have to do that. Okay.
Yes,
So,
that.
right. So we'll start with JCL, man. We'll start with JCL because if you understand JCL, then it would be easy, like what, how a job is run and what is a job called, what you have to do upon the completion of the job, and what happens if the job gets failed. Where is the place you need to see the error messages when the job fails. So there are a lot of things. Okay, we
Yeah.
start from that area, I suppose. I think you will be in a good shape then.
Yep. Sure. Definitely. So then we will start with that itself.
All
That's it.
right. 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 So, so it was nice talking to you. Let's be very. Let's not. I'm not a very strict guy. I'm very friendly guy. You can open and ask me any kind of question. Don't you even hesitate it. So it's all
Sure.
about learning. So
Uh,
should be really.
yeah,
Should be really good.
maybe you face silly questions as well, because I'm very new to the mainframe. So you have to bear me for a little of time till I get habituated for the mainframe. So then I can able to manage it.
Dude, it's simple, man. If I can ask silly questions in Oracle DBA world, right? Because I'm new to
Yeah,
Oracle DBA, if I understand. So there,
yeah,
everyone starts from point zero, man. No one knows anything. It's all about
yes,
starting from zero. Then you learn, then you get to intermediate, then you have something called something at a level where you call yourself as experienced.
yes.
So don't you worry on that. I'm really okay. I'm really free for any kind of question. Don't call it as a silly question because it's at the end of the day, it's a question which I need to answer, and you
Yeah,
need to get answered.
yep,
So then only you'll be able to learn things, understand things, and even work on them in a real world.
yes,
Right?
yeah. Sure.
So I think we are done, and let me know like if any kind of questions or queries, so we can have an interactive mode of learning and teaching, right?
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So we are done, man. Is these guys still online? I think
I think they are.
I think yeah.
So when will be the session? So I need to talk to them regarding the
Right.
session timer. So when will be okay? Okay. So
They
once it get finalized, so then
right.
that's
They need to tell us.
okay. Okay. Perfect. I mean, I'm having their number right there, so I can just ping them regarding this.
Yeah, yeah. You can speak to them. They'll
Yeah.
let me know.
Yeah. Sure.
Um,
Definitely.
Once everything finalizes and the schedule is done, we'll go on a daily basis so that you don't lose the grip of it.
Oh yeah. That's,
Okay.
yeah.
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 Nice talking to you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Ravi. Nice talking to you as well.
No problem.
Yeah. Have a nice rest of your day. Thanks.
For you as well. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye bye.